We are on the downhill run, and Christmas will be here before we know it. Now, I know for many tradies, this is the busiest time of the year that we're leading up to, coming up to Christmas. And we know that so many of our clients lose their mind because everything needs to be done by Christmas. And I completely understand that this becomes a period of the year where you're just so busy doing the do that other things have to take a bit of a back seat. But the problem that I see is that every January, February, March, and this year, many businesses were still suffering from cash flow issues into April and May. And why that is because that they take the focus off the numbers side of the business this last portion of the year. Now, I know I've worked with tradies in my efficient tradie bookkeeping business for over 11 years. I've been working with tradies for over 5.5 years in the business coaching side of things here with Profit First. So I know you are just focused on getting the jobs done and getting to the end of the year when we are at this point in time. But I really, 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 really want to highlight to you how important it is to start focusing on your numbers now so that the beginning of next year is not hell. Because quite frankly, the amount of inquiries that I get in that first quarter of the year is so much more consistent and in such larger numbers because people have taken their eye off the ball or haven't managed their cash at the end of the year. So today what I wanted to do was give you 3 tips that you can do now so that the beginning of next year is far less stressful. So first tip, implement Profit First in your business. Now, I know you're thinking, where the hell have I got time to be able to fit that in? So what I wanted to suggest is that we make time. So when I work with clients, and what most clients need to find is an hour a week to be able to work on Profit First in their business, to be able to implement it and set it up and get everything running so you can see exactly what is going on in your business. So an hour a week, that is all you need. Now, for those of you who are already working 40, 50, 60 plus hours a week, finding an hour doesn't feel too doable. But part of what I do when I work with clients is we do a bit of a time audit and we find you that hour. The other thing I do is everything I do with clients, it has to be simple and efficient. My brain can't function if there's too many steps. So everything I do is making sure that we can get the outcome in the shortest possible steps. And that's part of what I teach in my Profit First for Tradies Kickstart program. The second thing I want you to do is have a look at your bookkeeping system, so including your job management system. This is an area where I see so many people going to get to it. Oh, my bookkeeper deals with that, but the bookkeeping is like months behind or weeks behind at best. The job management system isn't feeding into your bookkeeping system properly. You're not really sure who owes you money or who you owe money to. And again, I understand that it's a time constraint in most cases as to why that isn't getting done properly. But leaving it till next year is not going to help, and it's only going to make matters worse. So again, what I would really encourage you to do is to have a think about that bookkeeping process and how that can be improved. Now, some of you may know, I also have a bookkeeping business, have had for over 11 years. And again, no surprises. Everything we do there is to make sure that it's simple and efficient, to make sure that you are using your Xero and your job management system properly, that they're connected correctly, that at the drop of a hat, you can have a look at your Xero dashboard and know exactly how much money is in your bank account. You know exactly who owes you money, and you know exactly how much money is owed to you. And that means that when we have that dashboard and that Xero file set up properly, that if you are the person who usually follows up and chases up your invoices to be paid, you can have somebody else do that. So what we will do for a number of clients is at different points through the year, at their different busy periods, we will just jump in and do some of that follow up for the invoices to make sure they're getting paid so that your cash flow doesn't suffer. Because going to do the invoices next week, all of a sudden it's December your clients are spending all their money. They've got no money to pay you. And then you start getting all the excuses and the non-returned phone calls and the emails not responded to. And it doesn't matter how much money that they owe you, they're not going to pay at that time of year because they are already spending too much money themselves. So what we need to do is make sure that when you complete a job that you're invoicing correctly. And how do we do that? We make sure that your systems and processes from your bookkeeping and your job management system are set up to be really simple and efficient. And the third thing that we want to do at this point in the year is have a look at what's the plan for the rest of the year. What jobs do you already have on? Are you charging enough for those jobs? Are there going to be any problems that could arise from those jobs? Now, again, some things just pop up and we can't plan for it. For others, some of you will be able to really clearly look at your calendar and your schedule and go, actually, I've allowed a week for that, but realistically, I know that's going to be a week and a half. Let's start having a look at what your schedule looks like now so that we're not working 50, 60 plus hours a week to try and get these things across the line to keep a client happy who we haven't invoiced and who's not going to pay you until they feel ready. That is not good for anyone. And I really, really want to encourage you, if you are struggling with cash flow, if you are struggling with clients paying you, if you are not really certain how much money you're going to have come in the door before Christmas time, now is the time to carve 15 minutes out of your day, book in a phone call with me, and we can start having a look at even what's the one or two things that you can do today to be able to get a little bit clearer and make sure that you aren't one of the many businesses who struggle with cash come the new year. If that is something that you have done last year or the year before or the year before that, my tip is it's not going to miraculously change. If you don't change, it's not going to change. But now is the time to do something about it. So please, if that is you, and if you think, oh gosh, yes, I did struggle with cash flow come beginning of last year, then now is the best time to book in a call. Or, as I always say, if you don't want to book in a call, send me an email, katie@profitfirstfortraders.com.au. Let me know what's been going on there and I'll happily reply. Usually I do a recorded reply because it's easier, but please reach out. And if you haven't listened to last week's episode, I really, really encourage you to listen to that because I'm finding more and more people are struggling with, just business in general, and it's not getting any easier. But the one thing we can all control is what we do about it. And the first thing we need to do about it is put our hand up and ask for help. Could be a 15-minute help chat with me, perfectly okay. That is the place to start because I'm going to be able to let you know if it's something that I can help you with, it's something you need to speak to your bookkeeper, your accountant, or somebody else in your business. I'm going to help you, give you that direction. You just have to take the time for yourself to book in a call and have a chat. Looking forward to talking to you soon.